So I was walking the other day, and I was thinking about Transformers as every normal human on this planet Earth does. And I was thinking, man, wouldn't it be great to rate them? And I was thinking, man, The Last Night is the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen in my life. So now, today we're going to be ranking all of the Transformers films, except for the 1986 one, because I want to talk about that for its own video. So we're just ranking the live action ones. Also, disclaimer, this is my opinion, and I'm not hurting anybody, hopefully. Yeah, if you disagree with me, you don't know shit about cinema. I mean, if you disagree with me, that's alright, because this is a place of freedom and happiness, where everybody is always happy. I think this is obvious, but it's, like I said earlier, it's the biggest piece of fucking dog shit I've ever seen in this universe. It is so fucking bad. I will give it props. Megatron looks a lot better in this, and so does Bumblebee. Kind of, sorta, not as good as the previous installments, but he looks better. But it is still the biggest piece of dog shit because, man, is that film boring, long, forgettable. Optimus is barely in it, and what they do with him is not good. Michael Bay did not give a single fucking flying shit about that movie. He dug his Bayverse into the ground. So if you like The Last Night, you should probably watch more movies, or actually don't watch anything at all. Just turn off every device you have, click off this video, and never look at a movie ever again, because you clearly don't have taste. Not as big of a piece of dog shit, but it's still a piece of dog shit. I'm sorry, I know Age of Extinction is liked by a lot of people. Those people are wrong. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, no, Age of Extinction is not good. It is far too long. And it's straight away from what makes Transformers Transformers. There are generations, years worth of lore in Transformers media, and they did nothing. Instead, they took the concept of transforming robots who were at war with each other and turned him into a knight, a ninja, a samurai, a war veteran, and a crazy scientist. And what was Michael Bay even thinking? Also, there's just so human looking, and it is so weird and unorganic. It's like you're aliens from a different planet. Why do you look like a human? Why are you wearing a hat? Why do you have a beard? But like I said, Bumblebee also looks disgusting. He was a ninja in the film. It just, you know what? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Bumblebee, they took something good and they did zilch with it. And I know a lot of people like Optimus's design, but those people have also never seen a Transformers show or movie, so what do they know? I will give it props. Lockdown was decent in the film, and so were the Dinobots. Had they shown up for more than 2 seconds of screen time, they would have actually been kind of cool. But they didn't. No, they didn't at all. So that kind of sucks. Even so, the film still definitely sucked. It was not good. I don't know what to tell you. Also, Kate Yeager is not a good protagonist. He's not. He's definitely worse than Sam in my opinion. A lot of people are not gonna like that opinion, but it's my opinion, and yeah. Sorry for being drastic, but it is very true. Now I know what you're thinking. Age of Extinction is definitely better than Revenge of the Fallen. Well, actually, it isn't. It was still enjoyable in comparison to the other films, because at least with that I had a fun time, and I remember watching it as a kid and thinking, okay, that wasn't all that good, but I still had a good time, opposed to watching Age of Extinction and going, my goodness, I just lost about 3 hours of my life. And so yeah, it has a lot of flaws, especially Murderous Prime. He just wants to kill everybody, and then he himself gets sacked. Had some pretty sad moments. I think Optimus's death was a bit sad. You know, coming off the first film, we really liked this guy, this robot, but then he died, and you're like, oh my goodness, he's not gonna stay dead though, does he? And then he comes back and he gets a giant jetpack, and then he kills the Fallen, and yeah, we know how the story ends. The humans were all right, I guess. I gotta say, Dark of the Moon is a crazy film. It pushes the limits of rated R, but man, is it a fun film. Prime kills a lot of people in that film, but we forgive it. because it is a fun film. It's action packed. It changed human history, which is obviously nothing new to the world of movies. They got a scientist, man. They got Neil Armstrong himself, which was kind of cool, and it was pretty creative. It also had some pretty cool cinematography, some amazing practical effects. You know, those swing suits were so cool. Seeing that on screen was like, whoa, that's real. I love that. The dynamics between humans and Transformers in this film was way better. I loved the interactions. There's one scene in particular where Sam is walking through the Autobot base or whatever, and he taps on Ratchet and Ironhide, and they blink at him, and that was nice. That was very cool. Yeah, that was good. And like I said, a lot of people die, a lot of destruction happens, a lot of action, but it's a fun film. I gotta give it that. Yeah, the first one. Now, I am a little bit biased on this because watching this when I grew up, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is a spectacle. And I've watched it a couple times afterwards, and there's flaws. I will not lie. There are a lot of things raunchy and weird about that film, but it's still good. I enjoyed it. So, that's why I gave it the number 3 spot. It's got a great score. It's got some pretty enjoyable characters. I mean, Sam is this weird teen, and he gets it with Megan Fox, so everybody wanted to be him, man. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's very corny, but it's also fun, and my god, the effects in that film still hold up today. You put that film next to something like She-Hulk, and it is not even a competition. Also, that is an unfair comparison because one is a green human and one is an alien robot. But still, the effects are amazing. It's also got great cinematography. The way they play with the camera angles really allows the visual effects to flourish, and that's awesome. And the way they handle aliens in the film is also really cool. I love that they created their own language, their own Cybertronian language. And yeah, a lot of people are gonna probably put Bumblebee at number 1, but for me it's my number 2. You could probably guess what number 1 is. But Bumblebee is a great film. I wouldn't say it's the best Transformers film, but it's a great film nonetheless. Because going into a Transformers film, I expect a lot of Transformers, and this film didn't really have that as much as the other installments did. But what it lacked in Transformers, it made up for in a heartfelt story about 2 friends. I really enjoyed the scale. All other Transformers films feel huge, but this one was just so small, and yet we were still able to resonate with it and have a good time. Also, the opening scene was incredible. One of the best scenes of any Transformers film. Let's be honest. Healy was great in it. The dynamic between her and Bumblebee was phenomenal. There's not much more to say. It's got a bittersweet ending, but it's nice. It ties into Bayverse, and it also doesn't. Well, that's mainly because some studio issues going on behind the scenes, but we don't discuss that. We're not going to talk about that. It is a great film, and it is number 2. Because what is number 1? I watched this for the first time, and I was like, wow, this is the best Transformers film out. And then I watched it again just to make sure my opinion was right. And I was like, wow, this is still the best Transformers films. At first, I was comparing it with the first Transformers film. I realized how biased I was. And God, this new Transformers Rise of the Beast movie is incredible. It took everything good about the Bumblebee movie and everything good about the Bayverse movies and put it all together. It's a sweet story, and it's still action-packed. Yeah, it has a lot of corny moments. I mean, especially with the messages it tries to push, but it works for this type of franchise. Optimus Prime is the epitome of freedom for all, and you can definitely see it in this film. And the way they actually handle Optimus Prime is also phenomenal. He's got a story arc. He's young. He's not this war-torn, old, reliable boss who knows everything. No, he's getting to that point though. He's kind of like a middle-aged man. He thinks he knows everything, but he realizes he doesn't. And it's good. And the dynamic between him and Noah, him and Elena, is also really great. I love the final scene where Optimus is about to go into the sky, and then Noah pulls him back, and and then Optimus Primal comes in, and it's a great unity between three elements that make the film, and I think that's awesome. I also love the way they incorporated humans. Out of 7 Transformer films, it took the last one to give a human a bigger role. Like, Noah damn near became a Transformer. That's awesome. He fought the villain. Who does that? I don't see Sam doing that. I don't see Cade punching up Galvatron. And Optimus smiled. Who doesn't love a smiling Optimus Prime? So yeah, the action was also really creative. Some of the shots were cool, and the way they played with the transformations was really interesting. And some great voice work. You know, you've got a stacked cast. They did a great job, especially Pete Davidson as Mirage. I wasn't too excited at first, but man, did I really like him as Mirage. And that goes for everybody. Everybody did a great job. So yeah, that is my ranking for all the Transformers films. Like I said before, if you disagree, you don't know anything. I'm sorry. No. It's alright to disagree, you know. We got opinions. We got stuff to say. Everybody views things through their own lens. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. That is Transformers. Here's my Optimus Primal. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, go listen/watch the usual rejects. You know where to find them. And yeah, take care. See ya.